I'm an 18-year-old male from Nevada, and I was 17 when this happened. Two of my friends and I, we will call them Star, 16 female, and Adriana, 17 female. One day, we had a great idea to drive the 45 minutes drive to go explore the Lovelock Cave. It's about mid-August and it's about 6 in the afternoon when we came up with this idea. I was driving a 69 F100 at a time, and it had its issues. The starter was going out, my spark plugs were almost dead, and my timing was off. Given that it was pretty hard to start even when the engine was warm, let alone cold. Anyways, we decided to go to Lovelock. As we get to the base of the mountain, I crawled up the hill in the truck as far as I could because I'm the most athletic, lazy person to exist and don't want to walk as much as possible. I get the truck up almost to the entrance of the cave and park it. By this time, the sun is setting and it's starting to get dark and cloudy. We get out of the truck and walk to the entrance of the cave. As we get to the entrance of the cave, we hear strange knocking coming from inside. We all just shake it off and keep going. We walk into the cave and start looking around for the supposed giant bones that we were there when the cave was discovered. We keep going deeper and deeper into the cave and come across the mining platform. It's a platform made out of wood planks that was put there a long while ago. We then start hearing the knocking coming from closer to the entrance of the cave. We all look at each other in disbelief, and goosebumps start to rise to the top of my skin. By now, Star and Adriana are looking at me to see what my facial expression is giving about the sound. The knocking starts to turn into very quiet moan-like sounds. The girls run over behind me as we try to exit the cave. As we're trying to leave the cave, the moaning sounds get louder. We can't seem to see where the noises are coming from, even though my big flashlight is lighting up the entire cave entrance. We slowly creep to the entrance of the cave and I shine my light around. I didn't see anything until I shined the light at my truck. I then see something so tall and deer-like standing on its hind legs. Its antlers are huge, almost that of a moose. I don't think the girls see it at this point in time, so I shine my light away as quick as possible. I tell them to get down on their stomachs and crawl. We crawl away from the truck and stop. We then hear heavy footsteps coming towards us. I then yell at them to get up and start running. Follow my light, I yell as I start to get up and run. We all run up and down the mountain trying to lose whatever this is. We somehow make it back to my truck and get in and lock the doors. I fumbled with the keys to try to get them in the ignition, but I can't seem to get it correct. After about 20 seconds of fumbling with my keys to get into the ignition, I finally get it. I turn the key and the truck doesn't do anything. I know what I have to do, but that means I have to get out of the truck and tap the starter with a metal rod. I roll my window down slightly and shine my light to see if I can see the thing that we saw. I didn't see it, so I deem it safe to go out of the truck and tap the starter. I, very silently, opened my heavy metal door and stepped out of the truck and walked to the other side. I get down onto the dirt on the back side of the front passenger tire and push my metal rod between the frame and the fender wall. I then tap the starter a couple times and start to stand up. The girls started banging on the window, yelling and crying, pointing behind me. I don't even look behind me before I start running to the other side of the truck to get back in. I hear the thing behind me breathing heavy and staring me down. I hear it start to run very, very quickly as I am approaching the other side of the truck. I opened my door, jumped in, and slammed it closed. I locked the door as quickly as possible before the thing is banging up against the side of my door. It seems to have shifted figures and it now looks like a decomposing human body. I turn the keys in the ignition and the truck barely turns over. I let off the ignition and turn the key again. The truck struggles as it comes to life with a roaring sputter of the engine. I turn my headlights on and try to back out of the spot it's in. The thing is still banging on my door as I start to move. I put the pedal to the floor and the thing then acts as if a deer in the headlights as my lights hit it. It freezes and looks at us with ferocious eyes. We all scream like little girls as I'm backing down the hill and it starts to chase. I get down the hill to a point where I can turn around and pull off a movie scene. J turn flawlessly. I throw it in first and gun it with the thing still giving chase. I reach the top of my RPMs and sling it in second gear, burning out on the dirt, causing a huge dust cloud. The truck roars down the dirt road as we're all on the verge of tears. We get away from the dirt and onto the asphalt as the thing is now losing us. I keep the throttle pinned to the floor and escaped, whatever that was. We get back home and we all do research to figure out what we just saw. Now I'm not going to say it on this platform, in fear that saying its name will cause it to show up again. Needless to say, we will never be going back to those caves, especially in the dark.